Last week, we commemorated 20 years since the Columbine school shootings. This week, Florida legislators voted to arm teachers. And once again, our nation's attention turns to how to protect our kids, our students. In the highly polarized debate about gun violence prevention, there should be one goal about which everyone agrees. Criminals and kids shouldn't get their hands on guns. And one way to achieve this objective is to lock up guns when they're at home. The facts are very clear. Here in Los Angeles, the majority of guns used in crime are lost or stolen, often from a home. Nationally, of students involved in school shootings, nearly 70% got the gun involved from their home or the home of a relative. 87% of kids know where parents store their guns, and of those kids, 60% of them have actually handled those guns. 80% of teenagers who commit suicide using a gun use a gun that belonged to someone in their home. These facts make it imperative that adults safely store, lock up guns at home. They need to do so because it saves lives, because it prevents crime, and because it's the law. Now, this week, I stood with law enforcement leaders to announce again that our office is prosecuting an adult whom we allege has failed to safely store guns at home. We made this announcement, as I do in general, because it's essential that we educate the community so that every adult knows their obligation to store guns safely so we can prevent tragedies. In this case, we allege a 9th grader threatened another student at school. The principal heard about it. The principal advised the LA school police. The school police eventually went to the home of that student and allegedly found more than one gun that hadn't been safely stored in the home. They also allegedly found hundreds of rounds of ammunition and 2 trigger locks that hadn't even been used. Now, you might recall that last year I convened a Blue Ribbon panel on school safety. One of the recommendations of that panel is that the school district advise all parents about their obligations to safely store guns if they have guns at home, and that parents acknowledge that they know those obligations. I was very pleased this week to stand with school board member Scott Schmerlson, who pledged to introduce this idea very, very quickly, as soon as next week, at the LAUSD board, with it in mind that the district adopt this as its policy and implement it. It is essential that adults safely store, lock up guns when they're at home. I'm Mike Feuer, the Los Angeles City Attorney. Thanks for watching.